So I decided to make this video because I'm quite astonished when people say they don't believe the Bible, and especially when they say they don't believe the historical accuracy of the Bible or the manuscripts or uh, such things. It takes a lot of intellectual dishonesty to say a thing like that. When you have something like the Bible that has thousands and thousands of manuscript evidence that that are about 99.5% pure in their writings as far as accuracy and between the manuscripts and everything. Especially when you have things like Plato, the nearest writing to his life is about 1200 years, 900 to 1200 years as far as the earliest copies. Somebody like Caesar, it's about 1,000 years. Aristotle, it's about 1,400 years. But then you go to the Bible, and we have copies that were written within 100 years of the time frame that they claim to be describing. And again, as I already said, there's 99.5% accuracy or purity, textual purity. Just in Greek manuscripts alone, we have over 5,600 manuscripts that are all, again, 99.5% pure or accurate. And then on top of that, we have the Syriac, the Latin, Coptic, Aramaic copies, which is an additional 19,000 copies or manuscripts of the New Testament. We have many copies of the Old Testament as well. Another thing is just from people writing and quoting the Bible within the first, I think, 200 years, 1 to 200 years, is we have all but 11 verses of the Bible. I have to say the New Testament because I can't remember if that includes the Old Testament. But all but 11 verses quoted in letters from people. Those are people that don't necessarily believe in God at the time. They were, secular writers. Aside from the manuscript evidence, we also have prophecy. Maybe that's a video for another time. But we also have things the Bible records the historical accurate. What the Bible records is historically accurate. The amazing thing about the Bible is that it calls out names of people. This blacksmith here. Go check with this blacksmith if you don't believe me, and different things that it says in there. I wish I had an example off the top of my head, but I don't. And as well, another thing that just astonishes me when people talk about the Bible is they talk about the translations of the Bible, and they often use the telephone game as an example of how the Bible was recorded. And that's just pure ignorance. If you really believe that that's how the Bible is written, do some homework. I'm sorry if that sounds mean, but it's the translations of the Bible, the King James, the New American Standard, etc. They go back to the original manuscripts. It's not going from one person to another translation, to another translation, to another translation. They always go back to the original manuscripts. So please, people, just do a little bit of homework. Don't be so intellectually dishonest as to say that the Bible is inaccurate.